Well, here we are in the heart of Hailsham, where I reside. Welcome to UK Comedy Channel, Adrian Doughty. If we haven't met before, it's great that you're joining us. You're joining us all over the world. Isn't it amazing, this technology? And if you're not getting us on Barnyard, then you can get us live on Facebook, Twitter, and a few other links, which will, I'm sure, appear at the bottom of the screen in due time. Our idea is, as you've probably noticed, we've been building up over the last year, putting little shorts on, as they called, in this wonderful industry that we've joined, and we've had 150,000 views so far. So obviously, if we're doing something right, it'll probably be a good time to say that if you could like and subscribe, that would be greatly received by me and the rest of the team that are behind the scenes making all this wonderful technology work. We'll be covering all sorts of things on here. We'll be covering various charitable elements, such as the British Forces Foundation, the Jack Foley, who we've been working on for about a year, just over a year actually. It's our anniversary, and it's two years last August that he had a stroke and sadly lost his voice, where he was unable to talk, let alone sing. And when I last saw him, he was singing with a 10-piece orchestra up in the West End. So although it was terribly sad, for those of you who have been following and supporting and donating, I can say to you that he's able to now sing a couple of songs, albeit he's got to look at the words, because obviously part of asphyxia, the illness of asphyxia, is the communication between the eyes and the brain and the actual recall. It's not that he hasn't got a voice; he's got a fabulous voice, but he just can't recall what he needs to say. So it's been a tough year for him. Everybody's pulled together. We've done various things. We've done comedy nights. We've had summer barbecues. We've had donations from various charities. The Royal Variety charity that Jack has worked tirelessly for over many years, in particular working at Brinsworth House in Richmond. And you may recall, I think, it was 3 years ago now, he was actually filmed. He was actually on the Royal Variety Show on the television. And someone said to me the other day that was actually watched by 180 million people watch that program around the world. That is a serious viewing figures, isn't it? So it's no wonder that most entertaining acts, whatever you are, whether you're a singer or a comedian, a juggler or magician or vent act or whatever you do, any variety, that's why they all go on the Britain's Got Talent to do that. And I should say that Simon Cow and his team, Britain's Got Talent, donate a considerable sum of money to the Royal Variety Show charity. So we thank them for that. I actually, when I'd done the Los Angeles Comedy Festival, I did meet the producer of the Britain's Got Talent in America while I was there, and we had a good conversation. So it's quite interesting to see them. For those that don't know, that was 2019. I went out and done it was a bit of a year, really. I was very lucky because if it had been a few months later, of course, we had the lockdown. But in 2019, I was able to travel from to Perth in Western Australia. Then I came home, went to Italy, to Rome. And then I came back from there and I went to Los Angeles. And that was quite an experience. I suppose I should say, they probably won't appreciate this if you're in there, but I must say, the Australian audience is slightly closer to our rather baldy humour. Or should I say my humour? Maybe probably more accurate. But great people, enjoyed it all. And how blessed I was to do it, because unaware were we that the next 2 years was going to be somewhat thwarted. So there we are. But I did actually do a few gigs online. I think I've done about 4 altogether. There was 3 absolute successes and 1 that was somewhat troubled. It was I suppose I better not say the actual town, but let's just say in Lincolnshire, a council in Lincolnshire would say that, shall we? And I think they were a little bit politically correct for my humour. Of course, it's a real test because for those that wonder how it works, is that obviously you're standing on your own in the studio as I'm talking to you now, and off you go. There's no feedback. You don't know whether people are laughing or are not laughing. It's very difficult to do your timing because, once again, you tend to use the audience for a certain amount of timing. I think that I remember one funny incident where there didn't seem to be a lot of people. Well, there was people listening, but there didn't seem to be a lot of people with their cameras on, which I suppose you can understand because obviously some people are just sort of at home, sitting in their pajamas. And of course, it's quite funny watching because obviously people forget they're at home. They think, they forget that we're watching them, watching you, watching us. So, of course, all of a sudden, I don't know, one of them don't even know. Maybe they come home from work, don't realise they're watching something live and suddenly start kissing their girlfriend or something, or sitting in their pyjamas, decide to scratch their trouser trout, and they don't realise that it's going out. So I did find that quite amusing. But anyway, the point I was going to make, there was a lovely blonde lady and she had a lovely smile. She was thoroughly enjoying the show. And it was only when I moved forward and looked more closely, because you can only see like a postage stamp if you've got a big audience, that I realised that it was only a picture of her. So that was a learning curve. Yeah. And that's when I put this together, really. Obviously, this is slightly different because I'm sort of just like talking to you about information and talking to other people and asking them about their lives and their sort of journey. So it's slightly different. But if you're actually doing something live where you're going 45 minutes straight through without stopping, it's an acid test. Although, once again, I'm glad I did it because I didn't realise how useful it was until we opened up and we was able to go back to work properly. And that sort of tough moments created a situation that it had actually kept you a little bit sharper. So that was quite good. Yeah. So that was 12, nearly 13 minutes of rambling. That was off the top of my head. How does that sound? Yeah, don't even know if I think our producer Nigel's gone for our director. I think he's gone for a pint. I don't know if he's still there. Excuse the coughing. I was sitting in here on Wednesday night. It was freezing. I had looked just now. I know there was nothing. I didn't see anything new. You only just put it on there. Right. Okay. So once again, just to promote the YouTube channel, as you can see it above my shoulder here, at UK Comedy Channel. Please subscribe. Let's keep comedy going. Let's keep old school comedy and new school comedy, all sorts of comedy. If it's funny, let's all laugh about it. Let's lighten our day. Come and join us. Come and join our little journey. Help us do good. And that's it. Interviews. Yes, we've got some interviews coming up. We're going to be hopefully getting hold of the wonderful Duncan Noville, Danny Blue of Oddball fame. Originally toured with Jim Davison's original, the Adult Cinderella. He's been in the industry for 45 years, so he's got some fabulous stories, and I've done about 25 of them with him, so I can assure you he's a very funny man. Very funny man. So that'll be good. And then we've got Ricky Lane, who sort of resides up in Manchester. He does his Burnham Manor tribute that seems to be doing. We've got Russell Valentino Hall, who's really sort of cracking on at the moment with his newly devised brutal Bringo. Something to be desired, but seems to be cracking on with that. And there you go. And obviously, if you subscribe, then we can inform you when we're actually going on live. We will try and get a little bit of a routine going, though, so that you know when to expect us. But anyway, it's an adventure. We've had a year's training, and I've been in the industry coming up for 30 years. So I've met a lot of people. So there's probably loads of people I've forgotten about. And of course, there are a lot of funny people out there. Brendan McGurr, Dave Courtney's right-hand man's going to start doing his audience whips. And if he's half as funny as he was at the Blind Beggar last night, then I think you'll enjoy some of his funny stories as well. They're hilarious. So we can help promote him. And of course, if you want to see me on Ustream with Jim Davison, go on to Ustream. And once again on there, you've got loads of our, what can I say, Jeffro, Jimmy Jones, a few others, some of our old school comics that, you know, that we all watched when we were sort of growing up, that's kept us all absolutely entertained on a Saturday night. Live entertainment, live from the London Palladium, live from Her Majesty's, Seaside Special, all those great times. Relive them on Jim's Ustream. So who knows? Jim might come on here and promote his own Ustream channel and have a little bit of a chat. So we look forward to that. However, from me, Adrian Doughty, ukcomedian.com, at UK Comedy Channel. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you. Goodbye.